I've just requested that the Governor-General dissolve Parliament and call an election, and she has agreed.
Well, there it is. Canada is headed into a federal election, so here's what you need to know about how to vote, who you're voting for, and all of that. Canadians will head to the polls on April 28th, with advanced voting at certain polling stations from April 18th to 21st. And if you're already registered to vote, you should get info on where and how to vote on a voter information card in the mail by April 11th. And you are already registered if you voted in the last election. And you can find out if you're registered or how to register if you aren't over at this website. You can also register in person at your polling station with photo ID and a proof of address. And there's one big narrative that we're watching. Can Mark Carney's Liberal Party execute a historic turnaround and win the most seats and therefore stay in power, after we've all spent the past year expecting Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives to cakewalk to a majority government? Because the projections show that things will be tight. Since former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau resigned in January and Carney was elected by the party in his place this month, projections have flipped completely, and now the Liberals appear to be in the lead. But that's all projections and predictions, not actual ballots in boxes. We've got 5 weeks of campaigning ahead of us to sort out who will actually form Canada's next government. And unlike in the US, we don't vote for party leaders. We vote for our local members of parliament, who then go out to sit in parliament as representatives of their party. So it's worthwhile getting to know your local candidates and what they stand for. It's also not just a battle of blue versus red. There are plenty of smaller parties too. There are ones with seats already, like Jagmeet Singh's NDP, Yves-François Blanchet's Bloc Québécois, and the Green Party of Canada, co-led by Jonathan Pedneau and Elizabeth May. Your riding might even have some candidates from one of the smaller fringe parties too. But Carney versus Poilievre is poised to be the main event. In particular, how they promise to deal with US President Donald Trump's threats and trade wars and the economy. But here at Xtra, since we follow queer and trans issues, we'll be paying close attention to what candidates say about everything from funding for queer organizations to gender-affirming care. And reminder, Poilievre said a lot of anti-trans nonsense, while Carney hasn't really said anything at all. That could all change quickly throughout the campaign, and we'll be keeping our eyes peeled right here. Happy election season, all.